Hi, everybody. Mark and Brody here with the Art of Getting Deals. Today is going to be our first episode of the Real World Real Estate Updates.
Yeah, this is stories from the trenches. As you all know, we invest in real estate heavily. So a lot of the articles you read that I find, I actually subscribe to Google Alerts and put in real estate investing. I just want to know what people are talking about, want to know what they're saying, what people are writing about. So I just grabbed an article from there. I think it was in the top 5 or something. And I wanted to go over it and tell you what we're seeing in relation to this article. So what you need to do if you want to learn about real estate, don't listen to all the national articles. Most of those people that write those have never even touched real estate. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just listening to others say this, say that. And what they're saying might be true in one area of the country, but it's not true in the whole country. So I just wanted to go over everything, or mainly this article, let y'all hear me out, and we'll tell you what's actually going on.
So what we're doing, like he says, we're pulling up the articles, and we're breaking them down on what we're seeing in today's market, what's really going on today for us.
Yeah, and the first paragraph of this article, the headline is "Real Estate Investing Might Be Having a Moment." Okay. First paragraph. The real estate market is still struggling. However, the fact that people aren't buying residential real estate right now can make this perfect moment to invest in real estate commercially. Really? People aren't buying real estate right now. Really?
There's
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of people buying real estate right now. There's the market of the real estate, especially where we're at, for the good market is 5 days. It's a 5-day market. So you're telling me nobody's buying real estate?
Right. And then not only that, what about all the graphs? Yeah. Every single graph I see has done this, done this, done this. It hit about 2012, and now it's going like this. Every single one of them.
So that's home sales.
That's in our area now. Check your own area. Yeah.
That's home sales. So people are buying these homes. Otherwise, the graph wouldn't be moving.
But if you just listen to this, the first paragraph of this article, and you were thinking about getting into real estate investing, you didn't know any better. You read this first paragraph. Would you want to get into real estate investing? I wouldn't.
No, not at all. To me, this is somebody's ploy to run people off. It's probably written from some hedge fund guru or something to try to keep people from getting in the business. And everybody's looking for, you want to call it the American dream, if you call it that, if you will. I mean, we do this because we want to work for ourselves. We want to make a good living for ourselves. We want to make a good living for our families. This is a way to do that. This is about the best way we found to do it.
Exactly. Okay, so I went on down the article. There's a little bit of fluff in there. It said, first, there are 2 types of real estate investment, according to a guy, chairman of a multi-group company.
Hedge fund.
This is his quote. If you're buying a property because you want to add value and get a secure income, you're not really looking to make a home run. This is what he says. This is advice for people looking to purchase a property for its cash flow potential. On the other hand, there's purchasing real estate for more speculative purposes. Okay? What are the hedge funds doing right now? They're buying up every single property they can find at full list price, renting it out. Guess what? We'll be buying those properties back from them in about 5 years. I guarantee it.
Because they're paying full price for it.
Yep.
And they're going to lose their shirts on it. Once they put all their money into it, to rehab them and fix them up, they've all of a sudden, they're
lucky if they break even.
They're not going to break even, most likely.
Right. And so he's based on, the hedge fund guys. They're saying it's not a home run. If you're looking to buy it, it's just a speculation. So they're speculating. Okay, people have made money speculating. But you know what? I look at speculation or appreciation, it's the same thing, basically, as icing on the cake. But I run my numbers. We run our numbers for today's market. I don't run them for 5 years from now or 10 years from now. Don't do it. Run them for today's numbers. If you get appreciation, boom, that's just icing on the cake. That's more money in your pocket.
Yeah, if you buy a house today and it takes you 3 months to rehab it and it appreciates at 1% or 2%, that's great for you,
Exactly. And then, so it goes on. Someone who is retired is probably looking for something with some cash flow, he explains. On the other hand, if you're young and you have a little bit of extra income and some risk tolerance, this is definitely a business you should look into. Again, he's touting the go buy a piece of real estate, sit on it for 5 or 10 years, hope it appreciates and you make some money. You know what? I'm making my money now. I ain't waiting 5 or 10 years.
No.
I get the deals. That's the deals now for today's market.
The market is, a real estate investor can make money in any market because the numbers don't change.
Going up, going down.
Going up, going down. As long as you're savvy enough and you pay attention to what's going on in your area, if the market's dropping, you got to prepare for that market drop, and you got to pay. You make your money when you buy your house. You realize it when you sell it. So you got to know your markets and what they're doing, whether they're appreciating or depreciating. It doesn't matter. It's all in the numbers. You got a formula. You stick to it, and you're safe every time.
Right, and then I will agree with him on some things. Right here it says, real estate is a local business. You have to know the local market.
Correct.
That is 100% correct. Then he goes on to say, what's more, expensive properties are generally not the best investment.
That's correct.
That's correct too. Why? Everybody asks us, well, why don't you buy a $500,000 house and try and make $300,000? It's possible to do that. Yeah. But you know what? Your buyer pool is like this compared to a median house or close to a median house where your buyer pool is huge. And you can sell it quick. It's gone. And a lot of times in those median price houses, you'll make more money because you got all these holding costs for these big expensive properties. Your money costs more, taxes, all this stuff. So you're better off buying these median priced homes or close to it. You don't have to buy exactly the median price home, but as long as you're in that area. So
anything median and a little below or a little bit above median is really good. I mean,
those are your best ones.
Our goal is to have our houses done. Once they're done on the market, sold in 45 days or less. And from experience and from tracking what we do, anytime we buy the more expensive house that's way above the median, our holding time is usually double that. I mean, that's just a fact. It's usually double that, sometimes a little more. So yes, maybe you can make more money on that, but in the end result is when I hold it for that much longer, the money's the same at the end of the day. So if it's $50 a day to hold it, and I'm holding it for 3 months instead of 45 days, I'm not making no more money really. And it's just more work on everybody to keep up with it.
Right, exactly. Okay, so he says the returns don't look good on more expensive properties. That's possible. Now, I think he's talking about rentals too, like hedge funds buying up. So if they're buying $500,000 houses and they're trying to rent these out, they aren't making any money. It's impossible. They're probably losing money. On the other hand, if you buy a less expensive property, you need to be aware of maintenance and repair costs. Okay, if you go buy these super cheap houses, you're going to have a lot of maintenance. You're going to have a lot of repair costs because your tenants are probably going to beat some stuff up. That's just their mentality and their attitude. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah, it's $5,000 every time they move out.
Right.
And the average renter's there for 1 year.
Exactly. So he's correct about that. If you're in the market to buy and hold, some of this advice is true. If you're an active real estate investor doing things every day, making this a business, making a living of it, wholesaling houses, rehabbing houses, buying a few rentals, buying some apartments, most of this is just fluff. It's from one hedge fund guy who's not local. He doesn't know what he's doing as far as localized stuff. He probably knows what he's doing in some of the bigger stuff, the bigger scheme of things, but I guarantee you they're not going to make a ton of money. I probably over long term will make more money than they will. I about guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
So this is your weekly rental or your weekly real estate real world update. Email us at info@theartofgettingdeals if you got any topics or questions or anything like that you want to know. This was episode 1, and we're just going to keep them coming. So please let us know if you got any topics you want us to discuss. We are out in the trenches. We are investing in real estate. We are wholesaling houses. We are rehabbing houses. We do this for a living. So
and we go into a market. When we get a market that we understand going, we get it going. Then we move to another market and understand it before we even start working in it. So, it's very important what he said in there. You gotta know your local market. That's one thing that we really agree on. That's one thing that we express. That's something that you really need to understand before you get into real estate investing. So. You can keep up with us on theartofgettingdeals.com. You can follow us on Facebook. Look us up on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. You'll get all if they subscribe to us, they'll get all the weekly video updates, the real estate, real world updates. So give us a shout, info@theartofgettingdeals.com. Thanks and have a great day and happy investing.